Do you remember our first date? It feels like just yesterday, but also a lifetime ago. I remember being so ridiculously nervous. I think I changed my outfit at least 5 times. I wanted everything to be perfect. You know, I had this whole idea of what you'd be like in person based on our chats. I was picturing someone cool, confident, maybe a little intimidating, and I was just hoping I wouldn't say something completely awkward and mess it all up. My heart was pounding the entire drive over to the little coffee shop we'd picked. I remember parking the car and just sitting there for a solid minute, taking deep breaths and telling myself, okay, just be normal. You can be normal for 2 hours. Then I walked in, and the first thing I saw was you. You were standing by the counter already looking, and you gave me this smile. And instantly, all that nervousness just melted. It wasn't a cool, intimidating smile. It was warm and a little shy, and it just put me completely at ease. I thought, oh, okay, this is going to be good. We ordered our coffees, I think. I got some overly complicated latte because I was trying to seem sophisticated. And you just got a plain black coffee, which I later learned is your go-to. Finding a table felt like the next big challenge, but we found that little corner spot by the window, and then we started talking, and we just didn't stop. It was amazing. I was so worried about awkward silences, but there weren't any. The conversation just flowed so naturally. We talked about everything and nothing. Our favorite movies, the most embarrassing songs on our playlists, our dreams for the future. I remember you telling me about your passion for hiking and how you wanted to see all the national parks, and I was just captivated. You spoke with so much light in your eyes. I felt like I was getting this exclusive glimpse into your soul, and I just wanted more. It didn't feel like a first date. It felt like catching up with an old friend I hadn't seen in years. I completely lost track of time. One coffee turned into two, and then we realized the coffee shop was about to close. It had been, 3 hours? It felt like 30 minutes. Neither of us wanted it to end. I remember thinking, please ask to keep hanging out. Please ask to keep hanging out. And then you did. You suggested we take a walk through the park nearby since the sun was starting to set. And that walk, that was the moment I think I knew. The sky was turning all these incredible shades of orange and pink. And we were just walking and talking, our hands occasionally brushing against each other. Every time our hands touched, it was like a little jolt of electricity. I was too shy to just grab your hand, and I think you were too. It was this sweet, unspoken dance. We were walking so closely together. We found a bench overlooking the duck pond and just sat there for a while, not even talking, just watching the sunset. It was so peaceful. In that comfortable silence, I felt more connected to you than I had to anyone in a very long time. It was like our hearts were having their own quiet conversation. I remember looking over at you, at your profile against the sunset, and just thinking, wow, And then came the most awkward, adorable moment of the entire date. As we were walking back to our cars, we both stopped, and it was that classic, well, I had a really great time moment. I was thinking, is this it? Is this where we hug and go home? And you were just standing there, looking at me with that same warm smile from the beginning of the date. And you leaned in, and I have to be honest, I kind of panicked for a split second. But it was the sweetest, most gentle first kiss. It wasn't some big, dramatic movie moment. It was soft and hesitant and perfect. It was the perfect end to the perfect first date. Driving home, I couldn't stop smiling. My face actually hurt from smiling so much. I replayed the entire date in my head over and over again. Your laugh, the way your eyes crinkled when you smiled, the story about your childhood dog. Every little detail was seared into my memory. I got a text from you before I even got home. It just said, I had the most amazing time tonight. We have to do that again soon. And my heart just exploded. I knew right then and there that this was the start of something incredibly special. I had no idea it would lead to all of this, to the life we have now. It's funny to look back on that day. We were two strangers, nervous and hopeful, meeting in a little coffee shop. And now, you're my person. You're my home. All of our adventures, all the ups and downs, they all started with that one single yes to a first date. It just goes to show you that sometimes the most wonderful journeys begin with a simple cup of coffee and a conversation. It's my favorite story to tell, the story of how we began. Every anniversary, every milestone, I think back to that day and I am just so incredibly grateful that I walked into that coffee shop and saw you smile. To anyone out there who's nervous about a first date, just breathe. Be yourself. You never know, you might be walking into the first day of the rest of your life. It's a beautiful possibility, isn't it? That a single evening can change your entire world. Our first date didn't just change my evening. It changed my life, and I wouldn't trade that memory or any of the ones we've made since for anything in the world. It's the foundation of our story. Thank you so much for listening to me get all sentimental and walk down memory lane. It means the world to share these special moments with you all. If you enjoyed our little story, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more stories and adventures. We'd love to hear about your first date stories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.